Good morning, everyone. I know my camera is missing. I just wanted to get started quickly. I was dealing with fallen trees, water issues because we had a lot of rain and wind. So I just need to get everything up and running. Here we go. It's crazy. The weather is just crazy. Come on. There we go. Here we go, guys. Hello. Yes, everything's running. Sorry about that. I'm late, guys. I'm so sorry. My apologies. Oh, it's so stressful with the um. Now, quickly. Mm, Let me quickly get this up and running. Oh, crazy times. Crazy times. Mm-mm-mm. As you can see again, it was just storming all night again. Let me get everything up and running here. Here we go. Hey Vlad, welcome back. I just want to check the sound. Are we good? Oh, test. Yes. Yes, sounds good. Okay, I tested it. Don't need to bother you guys with that anymore. Okay, guys. So apologies again. Where's my notebook? Ah, ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. I did see some interesting things already this morning when I was journaling. Let me quickly get coffee. See, it's good that we start early, so we have time to adjust and get ready for the real move, right? Okay, let's go. I saw something interesting on gold. Let me quickly get into gold first. I hate it when I have to do things like gardeners and stuff. It's just so distracting. And then they have to cut all the trees that fell over. But then what they what they do, you don't watch it. They put all the trees that they cut on the middle of the driveway, so you can't drive. You still can't drive out. So you really need to tell them, no, do not park it. No, you have to move them here because we need this as a car park, and we need this to drive. You see, the car is there. We drive there, and they're like, oh, where are they going to pick it up? But when? No, I don't know. So I cannot drive out as long as you don't know. So please move it. Then I have to walk away, and then I'm thinking, is he going to do it? Because they just don't have. Some people really don't have a brain. I don't know. It's just that it's just crazy. It's just they just don't really have a brain. I guess they're low IQ people. They really exist, unfortunately, but really just I don't know. It's just I don't know if it's really low IQ or just laziness. It's one of the two, but so yeah. Yeah, there's nothing to get really up to get winded up about. But okay, I was saying gold. Why am I looking at Nasdaq? Come on, go to gold. Okay, now what did I see? Okay, look, we're consolidating. We like that, right? Now I saw something that I thought we were going higher, but now when I'm looking at this, let me quickly have a look. Mm-hmm. 4 to 80. Okay, I had for some reason I had 4 to 80, so move to the upside, but it looks bearish to me now. I'm gonna have to write it down. 4 to 81-ish. Let's make it 4 to 80. Yeah. So I do believe we're going down now to go back up. So I don't think we're ready. We're done with the move to the upside. I do think we have to There is a bullish move for. Good morning, V33. How are you? I do think we're just going down to go up, back up again. But let's see. We did make a bullish, a bearish fair value gap on the 15, but we just have to look how price action is going. And for Q and Q and Q. Well. Might have a little bit more run to the upside, right? We took out the liquidity here. We created equal highs. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, Seek for Wisdom, how are you doing? Okay, so 25.85. 25.861. 25.861. Okay, I'm gonna go into some lower time frame analysis now with you guys together. Okay, so gold is just consolidating right now, so let's see what it's going to do. It did make it quite again. These are not small moves for Asia, right? I don't know if there's a lot of gold traders. I haven't been trading gold for a long time, but I do think this is quite a big move for gold, right? Let me know if I'm wrong on that. I thought the moves on gold, if to be preferably a good scenario to trade it, it should be a little bit smaller. But if I'm wrong, let me know, because I'm just, I started gold not too long ago, because this is over 30 points, and that's quite a bit for gold. But we're in consolidation. I just don't like the higher time frame. Look here. This is just sort of like back and forth, and we're sort of like going out of it now, so I'm a little bit higher, but it's still, this is still like I call it higher time frame consolidation area, unless we really start getting out of this area here. But we still have this wick. Look, we have this wick here with the flat bottom. So I do think we are going down again. So I think we're still going to go back and forth a little bit on the higher time frame. If we do go back up, I think it's going to go into this first and then go up. Yeah. So I'm a little bit, I don't know. I really want to see manipulation into this area first, and then I would be more eager to reassess if it's really going back up or it's just going to go back further down. But this area is important to me for the market already, because I do like it, because there's a lack of manipulation on this one, and this is a potential rejection block. So I love that combination together. So if this would start going down, I might frame a short from there until a level into that wick. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. Maybe that's already a good short. I want to get more of those shorter. I literally took a buy. Hey, V33, I said that yesterday to someone as well. If you enter a trade and you need to ask someone else if you're good to go, you should not be in that trade. I'm going to be honest with you. And if you're safe, my answer actually is already no, you're not safe because you don't know what you're doing, because you're asking someone. I don't want to be nasty, but you should not be in a trade if you have not figured out your stop and your TP, and you have to have a logic behind it. And if you're wrong, because that's how you learn. But just going in and thinking, oh, I actually don't know if it's a good trade, you're actually already lost. But I will go over it, but I cannot give you any advice if you're wrong, or because might look totally different from a trade. I might look at a short or a just a very quick scalp. And I'm a distribution trader, so, but this, you literally just took a buy on US 30 right now. You say it the way you say it, and that's like, yeah, I just don't agree with that way of trading. I just don't think that's the right approach. So, and yeah. So that's my point. So, I would like to know your logic, V33. I don't want to be nasty or talk down to you, but could you just let me know what your logic is at the moment? Why did you took a buy? Because you have to think something. And if it's just a gamble, well, just you can say it. I mean, that's okay, because I've been there. I understand. But then we need to work on that. And I think that's more what I want to say. If you just take a buy just because you have the urge, it's something you should start looking into, because that's the wrong way to go at it. But if you have a logic, or if you have like, if you see something, and I would like to know what it is. But if it's just like, yeah, I just took a buy because I think it's going up and I don't have any other logic, I think it's good to address it, just to learn from it. Because if I see this right now, I could agree with a buy at the moment on the 1 minute, on the 5 minute. Let me. But I would like to know what you are seeing, just to make sure that. So I wouldn't put any trade on right now, because I just got back after a lot of distraction, and I'm just looking at it, and I don't see anything at the moment that I'm like, okay, well, what's going on? I do see bullish structure, yes, I do see it on the 1 minute, and I just saw it on the 5 as well. But I also saw a few things on the 5 that I thought, are we going to reject from here? I'm so done with SMC charter. I know you are, yeah. I know it's been hard, right? For us distribution traders, we have very few options. I know. Yeah, and so to get back to V33, I do think you are up for a buy, but a very short one, to be honest. If you're in a buy, I would be very, very careful. You're near previous day high. You are going up, but look at the price action. All these gaps are here. This is the consolidation. There's a breaker here. Yes. Did we retest it? Yes, you did here. But you see, this is consolidation here. So if you have a market maker buy or sell model, where does it go into in the original consolidation? So if this is, this could be the end of the move, but it also could spike at the moment. I would not enter in this price action. And you see SMC Charter's message. If he says something like that, you already should be able to recognize that price action, that you just don't want to enter it like that, because you're putting yourself at risk, or your evaluation, or your funded accounts. So, and it takes time to start recognizing low probability scenarios. And if I'm watching this already, I'm like, okay, well, we need to give it some more time to frame a trade. For me, this would be a gamble, in all honesty. I would just be like, okay, yeah, we're just above midnight. We did, but so in all honesty, it's a bit of a gamble. But hey, if you have a logic to it, you need to, maybe you see something that I don't, because everybody sees something different at some point. You trade it, and if it's a losing, you manage your risk, and if it's a losing trade, you journal it, and you look back like, hey, what did I see? What did I do wrong? What did I miss? And then you learn from that, and at some point you will see, like SMC charter. Oh, I don't like this price action, because you start recognizing how you trade, what is favorable for your style of trading. So But this is, for me, not favorable at all. And I already see here that we are around a very crucial area. Let me show you. We're just bouncing in one of the higher time frame wicks, so that also indicates a move to the downside, or that we are done with the move. Now, what wick is this? So there's so many wicks that a day later I don't even know. Was it the weekly wick? Oh, the monthly. Yes. Okay. Well, hey, listen, guys. I found out something very interesting, and I saw that yesterday already, and it seems to work. So yesterday I graded this monthly, just the candle, the body, and I'm just sometimes I just test things. And yesterday I already noticed that we bounced off another level of this monthly wick, and now we bounced and we're rejecting exactly here. You see that? The 25% or the one third level. It's a little bit above it, but it's sort of like, you get a little wick, the manipulation wick goes above it here. You see that? And yesterday I had a similar thing that what the hell is that wick? And that's that candle. I'm just using the body, so I'm not using any wick. I'm just using the body of the candle. So I find that very interesting. I just want to make sure if I'm saying it correctly or not. Let me just double check it. No, it's not. So see, it's something else. I take back what I just said. I just take it back. To the daily. I need to know which wick I'm using. Damn it, there's so many wicks that I don't even know. But it's damn. Every time there's something that works really well, I don't know which one it is. It says the monthly, but it's not the monthly. Yeah, it was. See, it is. It is the monthly candle. Yeah, it is the month. It's exactly the monthly candle. So I don't know. That's something new. I just discovered, like, okay, it's sort of like really just measuring a large. Well, it's not even a large compared to the wicks. It's not even that large. But sometimes I just try things, and that's how I. But yeah, so far so good, I guess. So I used to open. Well, it's OHLC, right? So I used to open high, low, close of the candles then. But in this case, I'm just using the body because we're in that area. I thought, okay, let me just grade the monthly body because we were at the start of the month. So it was more for me to see how far we are going into the body of the monthly candle, because I just want to know if we're going over 50%, and then okay, then we're really bullish, right? So, but well, it seems to be working fine. Let's see if I can go down a little bit to get a more refined. So 25.71. Okay, nice. I like this because this is exactly the midpoint. 25.751. Let's see. I'm bullish for NQ again now. but let me rephrase. I'm bullish on the higher time frame. Bullish on the higher time frame. Now let's see if we are going to go in one direction to this area 751. Or are we going to go down first? I do want to frame a long on NQ though, but we need a good. We want a good entry. I want to see what we've been doing on the 4-hour. This day now we have made our daily wick and we're going up, most likely into this wick here. Yeah, I like 751. I've seen now a couple of times 751 popping up. 751. I want to go. I think I'm bullish uh, on NQ, but where am I going to enter? Where am I going to enter? So we swept Asia high here at midnight, right? Just after midnight. Now we have we didn't test this breaker. We did not test this breaker. See, this is something. Okay, we did retest this breaker here. It's 222. Let's see if it's going to reject in this wick. Let's see if we get a little bit of a retracement, and then if we can get an entry. SMC chart, I would like to know your if it's going to blast through this one, then it's just going to go blast off to 751, I think. Because it's going to go higher than Asia. With the bodies, did we go lower than 50%? Yes, we did. Okay. Yeah, bullish on NQ, but I'm a little, it could just slam down at some moment, take out this liquidity, and then go back up at some point. I want to have my macro on. Hey, Mether Z. I had to put it back on live chat. Every time it goes back to the top chat, I'm sorry about that. I was just thinking, hey, I haven't seen a message of Mether. I'm sure he's here. And then I'm like, oh shit. So I checked, and again, it goes back to top chat. It goes back to the other one for some reason. That's so weird. I never touched that area as well. So, but anyway, yeah, it's horrible price action. But we do have. It was a good move though yesterday, right? Today, what do we have in London? Oh, President Trump speaks as well today. What time? 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon. Uh-oh. Yeah, 8:15 we've got the non-farm, but that's okay. It's just a little bit different than news. It's just cool guys. Okay, well, let's see. I'm gonna mark, by the way, I need to mark my 150 to 210 macro again, because I just gonna do that every day until I'm so fed up with it. 150 to 210. Again, what happened here? Consolidation. Yeah. So let's see what we're doing here. So we had a sweep of Asia, just a little, just a little sweep. Now let's see what price is doing. Are we rejecting in this wick, or are we just passing through it very quickly? Where are we on the 4-hour? Okay. So if I say I'm waiting for confirmation, it's just more when I'm in this situation, I'm like, okay, are we getting a rejection somewhere, or just to go back into the range to balance out something, or are we going to blast? So I just need more information or confirmation to enter the trade, because I am bullish, yes, but for me it's hard to just enter from here, because we're also almost at the top of an N walk, for example, and most of the times at an N walk you will see some rejection as well. Now I do have 751. A couple of confirmations there that it might be a solid level. It might go higher, but just for this session for London, I would like to, if I'm bullish, I would like to play to 751 and look and reassess from there. But I need a good entry point. I can't enter when I see a mini market maker sell model, buy model being completed here. Right, this is for me a completed model here on 1 minute. So if I see that, I'm like, okay, what is now the situation? What is it going to do? So as I was hoping that it would reject here and that we could get a move to the downside and give us a better entry to go up, because it's a bit like for me the move when you said I just got in, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's good, but until where? For me it was like, okay, I really have more, I just need more information to really frame a trade to get in and have a solid risk to reward. For example, if I get a proper retest of a breaker. Now this is a retest already here if you use this breaker, right? But we have another breaker here. I would really like to see a retest in preferably in a macro, and then a move back up to the upside, right? Something like that, or a retest of time, or just I need something, because you don't know how far it's just going to run up to, right? If it runs up to. Look, if you have a good entry, like you already have a solid, like say, for example, this move here at 213, you retested this first percent fair value gap, plus you retested a breaker, right? So that will be, if you get in here and you put your stop either below the midnight or below even this first percent fair value gap, that's a good entry, right? And then you ride it up to, let's say, somewhere into this wick, and then you get out, and then you're like, okay, let's see what it does. But then you use a retest, and yes, it's outside a macro, but sometimes in times like this, you just take very short trades, because you don't see me take these shorter trades. I have distribution moves, so my trades, generally speaking, are more than 50 points, right? That I do on stream. But I want to get better also taking these shorter trades. Now this is still a good trade, to be honest, but I don't like price action. Hey Cesaria, how are you doing? Good morning to you. So, and sometimes you just miss trades because you're just, it's just not clear, and then it might make a move and then you miss it. But it's just, I really want to have that feeling that I'm confident, that I sit, I'm in, and you can see it in me. And if I'm not, you see that I'm nervous and I'm just, I'm not comfortable, and you hear me say it as well. And I just don't like to be in those trades. I want to be in a trade like I can sit there, and if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. I don't care, because sometimes you are wrong, right? And you learn from it. So confident doesn't mean it's a winning trade. It just means that I'm fine with the trade. I've done my checklist. I have done everything according to my not being impatient, not being just having a proper setup that I think is the way to go, and accepting the risk. It's all about accepting the risk. And if I'm wrong, I was wrong. But then I'm comfortable with it. But if I'm not comfortable, even a winning trade just feels uncomfortable. It's like I just got in and I just wasn't sure, and yeah. So with confirmation, I just mean that suits my checklist, that I have enough confluences stacking up, and that I feel comfortable enough taking the risk. That's actually the proper way to put it. Yes. But obviously, when I feel comfortable, I in my mind at that moment, I think I have a high probability of a winning trade, but I accept the risk that this might not be, because hey, I'm a forever student, I guess. It's really a difference. I just hope that people can relate to the difference of feeling when you're in a trade, when it feels comfortable, and even though if it's a losing trade, it's still okay, right? But if it's not, you get an elevated heartbeat, just because you know you're not doing something according to your own rules. It's just like actually you are deviating from your own rules and things like that. Yeah. And you have to hold yourself accountable. Hey, listen, I have an impatience problem. It's not as bad as it used to be, but I was very impatient, and I got into trades just for the just for the sake of it, I guess. And, you know, and then you get into that loop of revenge trading, and it's just, and you have to work. You really have to work on that, and then you have to be more strict. You're stricter for yourself a little bit, and then it starts getting easier and easier. It really does. I mean, it really does. So, but hey, I think everyone can relate to that, right? I think it's nothing new. If people say I don't have any issues, I only trade good trades, and the human side is there, and it's and also you must think about it, guys. The market is designed for us to get in, to fall into those traps. It's designed, it's by design. So it's just human to to have those things. So okay, let's see. 2:33, important time. Let's see. Hmm. I think I'm going to enter for a long. Let me just see. I don't like the 4 hour though. Now look at this 4 hour, guys. We opened higher than the close. I think I'm going to put a paper trade on. I'm doing a paper trade because I'm not sure yet. Just I need to get into the rhythm. I like the time, but what am I using? Stop loss. And I'm taking 751. My TP is 751. So this is a pretty large trade. I might enter in a bit. I still think this level could be hit in months. So I'm going to put 750. Now it's either going to fill or it's going to go, because midnight is below here. Uh, 233. 233. Let's see. So measure this. I like it. Okay. Do you ever feel like your stop loss is too tight on the 1 minute? Um, no, because then I'm not too sure about the trade and I want to minimize my stop. What I am struggling with when I'm in a large distribution move is when I trail too fast. For this, I'm okay. I would rather be stopped out with minimal ticks because it's just it's sort of like, I think I'm good, but I'm just, if it goes below the midnight, I know it is invalidated for at least the next macro. So it's also time that is then playing in my, but if I'm already trailing, then if I get stopped out, it's sort of like a bummer, because then it's just that I trailed a little bit too fast. But with this, I want to be stopped out if it goes below the midnight. Not a little wick, that's why I put a little bit below it, but then I'm okay with that. But it's sort of like you need to, it depends on the situation. If I use the breaker retest, I'd put it below the breaker. But then you could still be wicked out sometimes, because it does do that, especially on days. Well, let's see if we are, see, I like it if we again, we are above previous day high. Let's see if we can continue. And then I might, now what am I using? See that we retested here and now we didn't reach it. So I'm sort of like, okay, we're going to go up, and I like the time 2:33. It's a good time. And if I'm too early, then I'm only 28 ticks, right? So it's a very small stop loss, just for some intel. I pay intel, and it's just a paper trade. But hey, I would do the same on on my other account if I would do it. Yeah. Let's see. But it's sort of like, it's a low probability scenario, right? I mean, the price action is not really, it's not really good price action, but I do, so I'm also using the one, I don't know if you noticed that I'm also using the 150 to 210 macro. I'm incorporating that data as well. Yeah, I think we're good. I don't think, I made a high at 230. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 2 a.m. The only thing I don't like is that Asia, we had a sweep of Asia already at midnight, this one. I just don't like it too much. I look at every, you see me go through all, well, the 4 o'clock, especially at 2 a.m. Every time we have a new 4 hour, I'm looking at how is the 4-hour forming, because I use it as my power of 3, right? But I use 15 minutes, I use 1, but I also, when I look at the 1 minute here, I do scroll. For example, if I look at a breaker, I look, do we have a break on the 3 minute? Do we have a break on the 5 minute? Because if I have a break on the 1 minute, and you don't have one on the 3 or the 5, you already know if you do have a move to the upside, for example, it's going to be a small move, right? And also I look at the first percent fair value gap on the different time frames, because the 1 minute has a different, for example, this midnight first percent fair value gap is different on the 3 minute than on the 5 minute. So I do scroll around them, and we don't have it on the 5, but we do have it on the 3. So I'm already looking like, oh, okay, interesting. If we go below this one, look, we're already, I just want to say that, right? If we go below that one, it invalidates the trade. So here we go, manipulation, very ugly. But does it, yeah, look at this on the, if I'm looking at the 3 minute, I'm like, okay, manipulation wick, but yeah, also manipulation, it takes out this liquidity. That's why it's low probability. Yeah, well done, well said, D. John. PA of doom and despair. Yeah, see, I'm not getting in on my evaluation or anything, guys, really. I mean, look at this price action, how it is. It's just ugly. Working and just... Look, and just on the 1 minute, you know, we saw that when you have this already here, it's sort of like very, and you see this going. Now, this normally would give us a low resistance run, but already it's not a high, it's high resistance down up. That's already a sign that you are like, okay, I have to be careful, because it's just not. But like I said, you know, when you V32, when you said, oh, I'm going to go long, but when I see, we were almost at the end already of this whole sequence. Now I'm still bullish, but it could go down for a while and consolidate again and wait. So I was like, this is what I mean. Like I would rather wait, just wait and let this just play out. And now I did, you know, now I paid with a paper trade just to tell me, okay, no, you're not going to enter anything on your account. You're not going to do it. And because if I would have done it, look how violent that move to the downside was. But hey, this was a nice move though. Look here, boom, and then it goes up. But look how many gaps it's leaving on the 1 minute. We have a gap here as well, 601. Patience will be, that's something that I really now, you know, patience is rewarded more often than not. Just by missing a trade, you'll get a much, much better trade. And you've got the intel, you have, I have much clearer mind if I'm not in a trade. Even if I'm a paper trade, already infects my brain a little bit. I prefer sometimes not to be in a trade and just do some tape reading and just collect intel for a better trade. And that trade will come either in maybe in London session, but maybe even in pre-market or. But you know, Trump is speaking again. Hey PK, how are you doing? I'll go before you ask. I will go over gold. I'll beat you to it. Yeah, it's a bummer that we have. I think it's going to be a tough week anyway. So we'll see. Just be very vigilant. But it looks like we're going into this gap now. You see this here? There's a gap between 4 o'clocks here. So, and it's also settlement price. So I guess we could prepare ourselves for a short. But I'm not. I mean, now you see. Now I see the chart. Didn't you see the chart before? Let me drink my iced coffee. I hope you guys are not in it. I mean, is someone else trading? I mean, it's very low probability right now. Let's go over. I'll go over gold PK for you, because I know you come for the gold. You come for the gold. You're coming for the gold. Now, what did we do? Ooh, look at that. Wow, that looks. I think we're going into this wick here now. I think gold is going down into this area here. And we've got an event horizon here. So it's again the midpoint between two N walks for people that don't know that yet. It's also between two levels, which are all important. So you're so happy with gold, right? It's so funny. Let's have a look. So yes, the 4 hour, you can see we might have a continuation candle, but it could also just futz around here a little bit. But because we have my favorite flat bottom with a wick, I might be in touch. I think maybe we should look into, well, gold also is, it's just a little bit futzing around, but maybe gold is a little bit friendlier to us than NQ. NQ is nasty today. Damn it. God. Some nasty business going on there. Now, what has gold been up to? Now, I want to see this fair value gap being totally disrespected, right? So that means then we get a confirmation for some more move to the downside, because if we go into this wick, it's quite a large move, but if this is really being disrespected, then I'm convinced, because we already went into this fair value gap here, bearish, and now we're on the way down, but now you want to make sure that this is being disrespected, right? And then, because it could bounce up from here again and go further, it could go back into this one here a little bit higher, right? Because I do see some, yeah. I said I had 4281. Why did I have 4281 on my, what's that level? 4280. Now let's see if we have, we've got Asia left equal highs here on PK. You see that? Asia high, equals, they left equal. So that's nice to see for later on, right? Where are we now? Here is 0.5. We are at 0.38 of the move. Okay. You see this large wick here on the 15-minute? Look where it stopped. Exactly here. So we could be long for gold, going back into this fair value and then go back down, because I do think we're going to go into that wick at some point, but oh, it's just, is this accumulation, manipulation, distribution? Could that be it? Let's see. Whoa, why is everything so difficult to read now? It's just really not easy. It's just look at this beautiful gap here. We got a beautiful gap here on gold. I like that. It's exactly around the 2 standard deviation. This becomes a breaker. $210, $230. So we have the low at 230 could be. If we make a low at 230, where's it 2 a.m.? Let me mark my, I need my 152. Where's my 150? See, 150 is here. What did we do in the macro 210? Okay, consolidated here. So accumulation, manipulation, and this could be the distribution. And we made the low at 232. 233 we went higher. Where was Speed's day? Let me just look in the daily. Okay, this okay. It's the daily. Today I'm in profit, $1,000 in BTC, but 1,000 in gold. I'm nervous in gold. Okay. Well, then you just have to learn a little bit more and just back test and paper trade a little bit more in gold until you feel confident, right? I would love to see gold go into this area here. I really want to see it. I think I'm going to go. What time is it? 2:54. We're in a macro. Yes, hell yeah. What are we doing? I'm gonna go to the 1. I like this area here. 4 to 16, a little bit lower. Let's see, because it's sort of consolidating again, but we are below the level of the. See, I'm using this again. This area we have a retest of this area here. It's not easy to make something. It's just 4 hour. You go back to the 4 and you go to 5. Yeah, it could go up to go down first, but I do like this area, but I don't know if we're going to go a little bit more into this body, a little bit higher, and then go down. So that would make sense, right? If we go up a little bit to this area, we still have a little gap here, and then go down. So I don't think we can call this really a manipulation here. I think it's just part of the consolidation still. Mm. The previous day was much lower, right here. Tuesday is here. Tuesday. In per January. The yeah. Let's have a quick look back at and let's have a look at NQ or bloody NQ. Yeah, see, it's hard to. This is so we're sort of like consolidating all the time, right? We're just literally consolidating in this whole area. Is just we're just consolidating. We're literally consolidating Asia. So, so you need to go because it's not unfilled anymore. I want to check the opening range gaps, by the way. It's 15 minutes. See, we're just in 15 minutes. It's just consolidating in 15 minutes. So low probability. So V33 for me, that is just. I really want to see a break either side before really feeling comfortable. But this is always difficult when you see this kind of price action. Yeah. Gold. What are you doing on 15? So technically, as long as you're in this area, also we're sort of consolidating, right? But on the 4 hour, on the higher time frame, gives me a little bit more. I do like this area here. I really do. So let's see. Now, important is the because it's a 4 hour, we have a two. You always watch the 2 a.m. right? You don't want price to get back over the 2 a.m. because that would invalidate your trade if you're short. So where is the 2 a.m.? Let's go back to the one. I should start marking that because I actually do use it a lot. I'll go back to 1 hour. It's a little bit better to do that. 1, 2. So PK price action is very difficult. I mean, it's not easy to read. It's a lot of consolidation, a lot of manipulation, a lot of nastiness. So it is a day to lose a lot of money. It's very easy if you put on risk right now. It is easy to lose money, doesn't it? I think, especially on NQ. NQ is now in higher time frame consolidation, so that's always, you have to be careful. Okay, 3 o'clock. We're printing 3 o'clock. So I want to see the 1 minute. And when you're not sure, you just paper trade, and be okay. If it's a winning trade, it's okay, You just didn't lose any money, but you didn't bank on it. But then you're on side, and then you'll bank on it the next trade. So what I look for on the 4 hour, I look for little gaps as well, because they are. Let's see if there are new gaps formed. Yes, look at this one here from yesterday. I always mark the 4 hour ones because they are sort of significant, I guess. Volume imbalance. And I think we're going to see something now. Volume imbalance. No, you're on the 4 hour. Here we go. Now let's see. Okay. So it's a volume imbalance on 15. We're pounding on it right now. I wonder if we are going above it again, because look what the bodies have stayed below the 50% here, right? You can see that very clearly. We are below it now, and now the wicks are not going into it. So maybe it's setting up for a nice, but we're already in a macro again, and it's not doing a lot, is it? So what are they waiting for the 8:15 candle to do a lot? We'll see. Now we went to Asia already. Okay, the only thing I want is this here. I don't need anything else. Just gonna watch this price. Below it. I think that's a really good way to put it. PA of doom and despair. I'm gonna remember that one because I think it really is a good description of how price action is, right? Hmm. And you actually saw that yesterday was no news, and actually yesterday wasn't too bad. It was good after. Well, it wasn't really good after a certain time in the morning, but choo, 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 choo. It's so depressing, this weather. It's so gray. Just, I don't know. It's very weird summer here. I can't wait to go back to the low veld, to the bush, because it's very hot in Limpopo where I'm normally from, but I just prefer that because we literally have no rain in summer there. I mean, we do have, but not as, it's just sort of like but here it's just raining all the time. It's sort of like I'm back in the Netherlands. It's like gray and the temperature is better though, I must say, but I'm just confused. I'm not used to it anymore around this time. I want to see the Hoedspruit weather. I hope to be back in a year. But the Wi-Fi is an issue, so oh, that's a little bit better though. There's also a lot of wind now. I think the weather is off a little bit. But anyway, hey, I'm talking about weather. Well, I'm looking at charts. That's not a good sign, is it? That's how boring price action is. Starting to talk about weather. Think about that. Uh, Look at that. We're in the midst of a macro, and it's doing this. No, I looked at the news, and there wasn't any GBP news. Uh, is there anything later on? I did see something later today. There's a yellow folder and GBP at 430. I wonder. Sometimes you do have. I mean, also we do have orange and yellow folders. Sometimes that do give some spike, or also on USD. But I don't know. Sometimes we just don't know, right? Mm-hmm. 307. So with price action like this, I note that sometimes it starts running after the macro, right? So you have the macro, you just consolidate, and then you get like this weird run, very fast. And then wicks go up and down, and then you get this large move. Mm-mm. Okay, so we're wicking through the 3 a.m. Body through it. Doesn't say anything. Here we go. Ha ha ha. I do like the downside. I'm sort of like getting interested in the downside because it's not going over. It's just getting weaker and weaker, and it's just sort of like hanging out. So I think gold is more, gives a little bit more of a better read, to put it that way, than in Q. I do think 751 is still in play, but we are above the 4 hour. We opened above the close, and we are going higher again. Let's see. So I think I'm just going to paper trade the whole London session, to be honest. Don't think I want to put anything on the line. But I still think that 751 is in the cards. But hey, listen, this one took me out. Even went below here. We took a low. But we're still in higher time frame consolidation, so it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't make any difference. It's still. So when you see price action like this, it's also better to go a little bit higher on the time frame. But when you see this on the 5 minute, you're like, oh, okay, it looks really disgusting. Then we didn't take previous daily did we? This was 2:30, and this was Tuesday. This was all Tuesday. So what did we do? Yeah, we're already below Asian. Where is midnight? It's all the way up here, right? Yeah, okay. Midnight is here. It's so low with probability. I cannot make anything of this, to be honest. Yeah, you know, this is one of those situations we still move to the downside. So you think bearish, right? Because we could get a continuation sometimes. And I do think we're going to get a little bit. But again, if you go back into this wick here or in this fair value gap, but we do have this volume imbalance here, that 4 hour, that is sort of like, I wonder if it's going to break at some point. But I could also imagine like, hey, we saw that wick just now on NQ. It could just go back up into this one a little bit higher. Because this is Asia high, right? Is it Asia high or low? I think it was Asia low. Yeah, Asia low. It's right over here. And Asia high is, I wonder if we're going to see Asia high. But we did leave equal, so that's here. Um, Jeremy, thank you. Yeah, even with bad price action, guys. We do have a previous day here. You know, when we have this price action, sometimes we just have to wait. Well, it's sort of like 45 minutes, but we'll wait for that 350 to 410 move. Maybe then you get some like a laxative for the market, right? At some point, it just needs to do something. But you just want to sort of like get the manipulation, identify the manipulation a little bit, so then you are sort of prepared for another move. Now we also have like one of these. Why didn't I not see this sooner? I think I did see it, but I didn't mark it. Let me just change this because we love gaps, right? Especially in the 4 hour. You see, I don't really. I do mark the 15-minute ones and the 4 hour. Those are the most valuable ones to me. The other ones are valuable too, but I noticed that for me, for my, I just have the best. For how I trade, they just seem to work well with my trading style, I guess, to say. I should change it to 4 hour because I use them mainly on the 4 hour. Oh, there we go. Are we going down now? Okay. Thank you, guys. Well, I'm drinking, you know, I already made my coffee cold, so I was sort of like, because every time when I make my coffee and it gets like, you know, when you want to drink hot coffee and it gets sort of like lukewarm at some point, it just doesn't taste as nice. But if you make it cold already, like an iced coffee, and then it's sort of like, you know, it gets a little bit warmer, then it's still nicer than a hot coffee that gets sort of like not hot anymore. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but so I literally now put my coffee in the freezer before I take it, and then I'm sort of like a cold coffee. And then when I don't drink it for a while, it's still nice. But a hot coffee that just it's not hot anymore, it's sort of like disgusting at some point. I don't know if that makes sense. All very interesting topics. Hey guys, coffee is very important on a day to start with. It is. I think it's sort of an addiction also, don't you think? I mean, if you don't have it, it's sort of like you feel like, oh my God, I need my coffee. Um, I guess it's an addiction a little bit. And since I'm streaming, I drink so much more coffee. But if I make it too strong, I get a headache. So I cannot do that. I need like, it's more milk than coffee sometimes, especially the ones that I make, the iced coffee. I like that. So. Okay, let's see. Actually, in price action like this, I'm getting more interested in the times after the macro because then for some reason then they move outside macro. Well, I'm looking at NQ now, but I was bullish on NQ, but now I'm not anymore, I guess. We formed the 230, 230, 220, and this was a 245. This was 225, 245. Okay. Where are you, Asia? Oh, okay, so we didn't take Asia high, we just swept it here. So are we going to go all the way to that wick now? Which is below. Okay. This is a short. Are we distributing now all the way down into, I guess so. 3 o'clock is here. We're below midnight. Thank you, Brad, for subscribing. I saw some other people as well. Thank you so much. I don't see your names because some are hidden. Right. Up to 500. I like that. I don't care about the number. I do like that. It's just really growing into a very nice community. Okay. You see how hard it is just to, it just goes back and forth. So we really have to wait for some kind of displacement and some move, and then, the last bit of the trade might be a bit smaller, but it's okay. I mean, you just need a little bit. And sometimes it's you don't need a big trade. Just one little trade, and then, maybe one more in the afternoon. Sometimes we have these days, right? I'm not expecting my large distribution moves today. It can't be party time every day. Okay, I've marked my 4-hour volume. I do want to go back to the one. I'm just going back and forth between NQ and Ghoul and see where we get the first opportunity, right? We just wait. I also want to create this wick here. Mm. Have you guys also noticed that if we stay in N walk, because this is the N walk box that is price action like this, sometimes when it really stays a long time, it's in the N walk most of the times when you have this consolidatory price action. But we are above the midpoint, so that's sort of bullish again. So let's see if we are going to go below and then maybe spike back up, or so you see how we're just not going over the Asia high, right? We just sort of like still. I don't think we can really. This is just a little sweep. It's almost an equal. See, when I never like it when you see this is not really a purge, I guess. It's just a little weak sweep. Okay, let's get back to gold quickly. Still below the volume imbalance, and we are now at the 20 to 40 run. So let's see if we get some movement. I do think we're going to go down on this. Yeah, I think it's going to go. I'm going to go in for. I think it's going to run. I want to take it to this volume imbalance here. I don't know what I did just now. There we go. I think it's gonna run. I think we're gonna get a 322.40 run on NQ. I'm gonna miss this move on my account. It's not open. It's not open. I wanted to take it quickly with a micro, but I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it. Unless it's gonna open very fast, but let's see. These are fast moves you need to, I mean, I don't want to stay in any trade very long now, because it's just, I would, no, I'm gonna put it, it needs to be at the daily open here, just above. And it's the volume imbalance, and it's going into this wick here. But then again, we might get a rejection at the low of Asia, right? But I do think it's going to use the whole run. Where am I? Mm, 611. I've got a break-even trade. It's either a win or a break-even, so no loss on this trade. See, it hit Asia now, so it's most likely it's going to spike up a little bit, but I think it's gonna. I think it's not done yet. You see, Asia low tagged. There we go. Come on, baby. Just give us some. Give us a little bit of give us a bit of coffee money today. It might do that last bit of move in the next macro though. Could be. Let's see. Where the below? Okay, now I think it will run. Maybe we can catch a move on gold as well. Let's see if we might be lucky to catch two trades. Let's see if we can catch two trades, guys. We just have to wait for this one to be done. I try not to go back and forth when I'm in a trade because I just don't want to be distracted too much. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Ooh, nice move. Come on, baby. Take me out. Okay, I've got one more, just a little bit lower, just a little bit lower. Got one more running. Come on. One more little push. Come on, you can do it. You can do it in Q. You can do it. I'll raise this a little bit. I just want to be taken out. I'm going to get out. Okay. You see it tagged here, but it didn't take it, but it's out. I'm out on my accounts. I'm out. Yeah, both of them are out. Hey, what's here? Why are you here? Everything is open. Everything is done. Should be done. Okay, that's a good trade. Nice. Now, I always put it a little bit above the daily. Oh, if I see a level like this, it might tag it, but I just also sometimes it creates just a wick and then it goes because we're not in a macro, right? So it might not take it now and it might just go back up and then take it in the next macro. So I always try to take it before when I'm not in a 10 quarter to quarter after, 10 to 10 after. I just do it a little bit higher so it takes me out. So I don't have to wait for the next macro, which we're technically not in, right? So it's just a run. So, okay, let's just watch. Let's quickly have a look at gold. Okay, gold's not doing anything. Good. Okay, we took the right. We looked at the right trade. Nice. Okay. Did anyone take that short? You're looking at NQ1 on TradingView and price actually completely different from what? Are you looking at the monthly contract? Are you looking at the continuous? Because this is NQ1. Against what does it look different? I'm Stephen. I'm Stephen Charles. So you see here, it doesn't take out the this at the moment. So that means it might take it out in the next macro, right? So if you miss that trade, for example, it might give you another opportunity when the next macro comes. Or it will do it now in a few minutes. But I'm already out. I'm not waiting for that. And sometimes it leaves it like it goes back up for and then it doesn't come back to it for until maybe pre-market or the next in AM session. So that's my accounts are similar. My trade of 8 is similar to my let me check. 618. Yeah, my trading view and my trade of 8 are similar on NQ. Even on the monthly and the NQ1 are similar prices shown. So yeah, I was bullish when I started on NQ, but I put a paper trade on that was losing. That was a losing trade because it was a highly manipulative wick, and now I managed to catch this short, this run to this volume imbalance. But hey, look, it's leaving equal highs literally on Asia, so I do think we're just, I think we're bullish as well. Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at the 4 hour quickly on NQ. Well, NQ, you were nasty to begin with, but you delivered at some point, so we will forgive you for being so, how can we put it, not without being very nasty to you. We will forgive you for your behavior. You're just a little bit rebellious today, so. But you gave us, I mean, you know, it was a nice, I mean, at least it ran, and not like this barcoding with all these gaps in between. It's just it was a slow move compared to what it did, right? I mean, so we're sort of happy with it. We are happy with it. Yes, it was a good run. Okay, let's see now. Are we gonna go? So now it's 3:33. We're going back into consolidation. We have the daily open here. We still have the volume imbalance below us, so yeah, I guess it will take it out. But hey, it could also go back up because we left some imbalances here now, right? So let's see. I would wait for now. I would just wait for the next macro to see what it's going to do, because you know we have this wick is nice and juicy. I'm going to grade it now because once we start going down, we want that information in the wick. Hold on. Hey, can I get slack of it? Oh, I need to throw this away quickly. Okay. There we go. Did anyone take that short? Do you have a delay? Have you you don't have data? You need data. You need a data subscription on TradingView, right? In order to get live data. So even though if you have an account with prop firms, you still need a TradingView separate CME account subscription for the live data, unfortunately. You did? Good for you. Yeah, that was a nice drop, wasn't it? Now, let's reverse engineer. We could have a better entry because obviously it is sort of like, you know, I don't like it, but it was sort of a breakout trade. But you have to, in a price action like this, I just need more. I just cannot. I did, but I didn't get a fill. Oh, so you didn't manage to take the move. No, I just hey, listen, in all honesty, like I said, it isn't a beautiful trade. I just market order in at some point because I just wait. Yeah, but not on TradingView. You get on TradingView live data. You don't. So if you have your evaluation, you don't need to have your you get live data when you combine NQ to your evaluation account to your TradingView account. Because I don't, as you can see, okay. So you don't have a sub, okay, so then, because I don't, I keep it separate for some reason, because I had a few times with a TradingView that I had a few glitches. So I'm like, you know what? And I use two separate laptops. If one goes down, because I had that a few times, I'm like, okay, then I have that because this laptop does a lot. I stream, and I thought, okay, my accounts, I didn't pay for, I used, okay, interesting. I thought I always paid for a subscription, and even though then I used but if you have that, okay, well, yeah, I do want to keep them separate, I think so. But I think it's good to look into. Well, that's a good tip for people that uh, that don't have a subscription. That's if you combine it, then you get the live data. Um, so Seek for Wisdom, you see the same price action as I do. So 633 now on NQ. Okay. Okay. I want to. I'll look into it because I thought they were always. I thought we always needed to have that subscription on NQ or no for TradingView, no matter what. Okay. And I thought the live data was just for TradeOvate. But it doesn't make sense indeed if you think about it. If you have TradeOvate and you link it, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So technically, if I would really trade from here, but then again, sometimes I just want to paper trade, so I don't want to put my account in. So then I need the live data as well. Yeah. Yeah. I still need the subscription. It's just $8. I mean, my worst case scenario, because sometimes I have issues with my bank here. For some reason, they have limited my international spendings, which is quite really an issue. And I'm still fighting them for it. So at the end of the month, for example, if I've had a lot of international spendings, they just don't, it just doesn't go through. So my TradingView is not paid for, so my subscription. But I know now if I put my TradeOvate, my funded in here, then I would have the live data again. So now I know. Thank you. I learn as well every day. So learn every day. Hey, so you see what's happening here? So never ever go for like these levels when you have those 320 to 40 runs. Sometimes they do take it out. They do. I have seen it, but it's more likely that it stops a few ticks above it, and then it goes back up and then takes either the next macro or sometimes even later in the day. But we created some inefficiencies, which is, high probable that we are going to go further down into this wick, a 4-hour wick. Yep, and we're also in a 15-minute. I don't even look at the 15-minute anymore because I'm looking at this. I'm already looking at this wick, but it's good to look at this 15-minute. And we'll check on SMT as well. Let's do it straight away. Why are you always doing that? I hate that. Every time I switch off my computer, these things go back. It just puts all the data back on that I already switched off. I switched it off so many times already. And there's no essence. You are... Why are you doing it? Naughty. I don't need the times as well. Everything goes off except... I need to check. See, that's a check I need to do every day now. Um, hmm. Yeah, there's not really much to see here. That's why it's low probability, right? Let's have a look here. No, it's all nothing here. Nothing going on. Well, we have SMT here on the lows now. You see that? We've got equals on this, and S&P took out the low here. You see? So we might go back up now. We've got SMT here on the low. And why are you not giving it? See, that's why I don't like this. All these. I need. And we're almost done. Let's see, because in 2 minutes we're done. So then we have a valid SMT. I don't think Nasdaq is going to take it out because we're going up already, and we're. Let's see. Just want to make sure we've got 1 more minute to go. I want to see if this SMT is valid. I guess if that's valid, hey Andrew, did you saw it touch the end of? Hey Andre, I did not, but I'm seeing we have SMT, so I guess the move to the downside has been invalidated now, right? I just want to wait a few more seconds and see if we got a validation on that. Well, I do think, I mean, look, we're all the way here now. We're above the midpoint. Well, it could technically in 30 seconds swipe back down, but I don't think that's going to happen. And then we have S&T here. Look. Yeah. This is a V-shaped recovery. I need to be faster with that S&T. That's, what, you don't think so? Yeah, with S&T here. So I guess we're going up. Oh, now I see it here. Now, okay, it really wants the candle to be, yeah, we've got this S. We already saw it. Okay, here we go. Now let's see. Yeah, but you're bullish just like me right now, or are you bearish? Andre? Okay, guys, I think it's the short has been totally invalidated for now, so I think it's going to go to that 751 level. I think that's in play now. Let's have a look because I might want to be able to get in because I still have that bearish. I am bullish until 751, Andre. I was already bullish until 751, but I got stopped out in the beginning. So let's see. We're going to get it now. But I do think we're going to go into this range definitely today. But let's see, because let's just see, because it could, it could just go back down again. But hey, there's a beautiful V-shaped recovery. We created a breaker activation after 1 minute. Let's see if we have one on the 3 minute. No, we do not. We do have a beautiful break, a potential breaker here. And on the 5 minute, no, I think we're going back down. Maybe look, we don't have any breakers here. This is maybe a retracement to go back down. let's see. Sometimes you can invalidate the um, mm, I'm sorry, I'm hearing so much noise on the outside from those gardeners. Um, we have SMT, but it could be invalidated in the next run or maybe in the 2 runs, right? Even though it goes back up, it could, retest this area and go back down again. But on the other hand, it just also could go up and then take out this. I mean, like I said, this little square doesn't mean, I don't think we can really say, it's sort of like created equal highs at Asia, right? Let's see. We're going to get the macros soon. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. I wonder if it just could go slam back down because we still didn't hit those. The volume imbalance is much more important to me than anything else on the 4 hour at the moment. We didn't hit that all, so I'm just wondering if we are um, going back down. Let's see. If we have one more, it could use the first part of the macro for an upside move and then turn, right? So you get like a look on the 5 minute. There is no breaker. There's nothing. Oh shit! Hold on. Um, on the 5 minute, there's nothing here. It's just also sell side. So it needs to balance out those levels. And there's no breaker, so I don't see any change in state delivery until we get up to here. So if we don't get up to here, it's still bearish to me from me. So we might go back down from here. Here we go. I might get into a short. I'm just going to wait a little bit longer, a few minutes into the breaker, because it still could go up a little bit and use the first part of the breaker to finalize the move, maybe to get some more liquidity. This might be it because we're going into this first percentage value gap, right? You see that? And it could hit we're at 0.6.2. We're in the sweet zone already. I actually don't want to see it go over the opening price of 3 o'clock, but it could do that. Let's see. If it goes over this level, we get a change in state delivery. It changes everything because then, if we activate this bullish breaker on the 5, I'm not even looking at the 1 because the 1 doesn't have any breakers on this in this area here. So let's see. I do want to see that 751 level to be reached and then go back down. I do like that if that happens. I do like that. Oh damn it, you're annoying. Wat is je poppy? is okay. 353. Let's see where. No, let's see. Let's see. Is this enough? So on the 5 minute, it could be a body that you go see through, but once it gets down, it could just be a wick at some point. So you really need to wait for the close of the candle to see, because now you're like, oh my god, the body's going through. We're bullish now. I made that mistake a lot of the times in the beginning. Then this body, when it's going, but when the candle closes in like 40 seconds, sometimes it's just if it's a wick, it's still okay, right? It's still not bullish at all. But if it goes over this level, then we activated the bullish breaker. But let's see how it reacts here. I mean, this was a good move. Wow, that was very strong. Okay. It closed above the first percentage. So I guess I'm going higher. I'm going to go to the 1 minute now. Now you see on the 1 minute, there is the first percentage is here, right? But you have to remember that it should include, it doesn't do it automatically, but I have to do it myself. It's all suspension blocks. Wow. On the 1 minute, it did not. Yeah, Andre, I think I'm. You know, on the 5 minute, it did go over the first percentage, so that's my only concern for now. I would be enticed to go short, but I'm just not sure yet. I'm just going to wait a little bit longer, because in the 5 minute, we did go above it, and we closed above it. So let's see. As on the 3 minute, we did that as well. So I'm going to wait a little bit longer. Yeah, I'm not enticed to go. Look, we've got so much liquidity also created. We've got so many gaps here created. Equal highs here. Yeah, I'm going for a long, I think, from here. Yeah, I'm going for a paper trade long, and I might enter on my account. I'm just going to take it up to here. This is not a short for me, not at all. There's a little gap here. Yep. Just a quick trade. I mean, see, it's taking this little gap. We have got one more here. Let's see. Like I said, it could take the first part of the macro. It could take it up and then get a little bit more and then go down, right? So we just have to be careful. We are almost above the 152 210 macro price action, right over here. Okay. We did not activate the breaker yet. Let's see what the we did not activate it yet. So it was below this. You could have used the first part of the breaker as the long and then go short, but let's wait. Let's wait. Okay, I'm stopped out. It's okay. Okay, I like it. The bodies didn't go above the 4. I'm going to go short now. Yeah. Nice stop. Same. Now I'm going to take it a little bit lower. Okay, this is going to be a little. Oh, damn it. TP is going to be all the way down here. My stop loss is going to be the open price, 4 a.m. and all the way. We're going to go into the wick now. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Oh, this is going to go away because we don't have. It still could go up. It still could actually activate that breaker, but I have a very tight stop. I never look at the 1 minute change in state delivery. That doesn't mean anything to me. For me, it has to be 5 or 15 to really so. I still don't trust it, actually, to be honest. It could still spike up and activate this breaker. We'll see. Three past. It should run or it's gonna reverse. Let's see. I want to go back to the 1 minute because I want to see how price is printing. Let's see. Come on. Look, we had a very low resistance run to the upside, right? So most of the time, it's the only thing that I'm sort of like starting to a little bit. Let's see. Come on. We need to start running now. Yes. Go. I don't like the price action too much. Yeah, I'm getting out. I think we're gonna activate the breaker maybe. Let's see. Okay, I'm out. I don't want to be in long trades anymore as well if it's just not running, and especially around specific times when it starts stalling. I just get a little bit because we also have an inversion here, right? Look at this. I'm looking at this one here. Let's see if it goes through it. Okay, it did go through it. Mm, 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 mm. I just don't like those wickings. I just get out when it starts wicking. It might go there, but I just don't want to be in it anymore. If that makes sense. I just like that run that we had like here. That was like it's sort of like smoother, and this still might go, but I just for some reason I just don't trust it. Cannot explain why exactly. Yes, we have this. I do think it should go into this wick here and to go lower, but it just could also go back a little bit and do it in the next macro or something. So I just what time is it? Oh shit. Okay, guys, I need to go. I've got some people coming for the water issues and the stuff like that. So I need to attend to that. I thought it's already 11. I didn't know that. God, time flies when you're having fun, right? I didn't even realize how what the time is. Shit, I don't want to go, but I said 11:30, but it's still. Let's see, we still have. I'll give it another 3-4 minutes, and then I really have to go. I really want to see what price is doing. So you see, guys, the macro is already done. It's now 8 past, and we haven't reached that level yet. Um, let's see, you have 2 more minutes. You really wanted to see it get there. How are we? Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Just go. Just give it to the people who are in it. Just go. Do it and Q. Go down, finish the move, or are you going to do it to the next macro? What time did the run start? 5:08. Come on, give us a push down. Go into the volume imbalance. Go, go, go. I don't mind not being in this, guys, because I just don't like the price. I would have been out anyway because the macro is already done. I don't trust it at all. Like I said, it's just something I just don't feel comfortable. I just get out. Even though if it might go, I don't care. Something in the price action tells me it's just not my trade. It still might go, but it's not going smoothly. And we have this very smooth run to the upside. Now I really want to see this level, but it might take a little bit of a time. I just think it takes more time to get there. Yeah, well, maybe in the 20 to 40 run, it might go there. But I need to get ready because I'm getting people over here. It's just annoying. So I'll see you guys later today in the AM and PM session. Hey, Andre, I hope the trade works out. I really hope because I really wanted to see go there. So once can go back to my laptop, I'm gonna monitor it because I think there's some good moves coming for today. But yeah, I just don't trust this move for this macro. and I didn't hit it in this macro, so I just trust my gut feeling. But I do think it should go down there for sure, because it really needs to get into that volume imbalance. And we've got so much liquidity, but you know, sometimes they just stall and they take it out maybe in pre-market. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me and supporting me, and I hope to see you later today. I need to fix some stuff here, and then maybe the AM session, everything is sorted. No more water issues, no more falling trees on roofs and things like that. And yeah, so you see, guys, this is what I don't like about this action, and it's just going back and forth, and I'm not hitting it. And look what it did; it created equal lows again here. So you know, it makes me a little bit wary when there's such a nice low resistance to the upside, and then again down. I agree. I do think we're going to go here, but I just think it's going to take a little bit more time. But anyway, guys, I'll see you later, and I'll talk to you soon again.